I was asked to break down how to develop and execute creative concepts. So let's talk about it. For me, the ideas really just come from living. I watch a lot of cartoons, anime, and movies. I tend to lean a little bit more on the horror, thriller, sci-fi, adventure, anything that has a surrealist nature to it, because that's what really gets me excited. I'm drawn to things that feel almost impossible in real life. And this is because my whole practice is built around making the impossible feel real and tangible. I like to call it realistic surrealism. I like to draw inspiration from artists like Rene Magritte, Jean-Paul Good, and even Irving Penn. Their work taught me that the most striking images really takes the absurd and approaches it with complete seriousness. So when an idea hits me, and that can happen anywhere at any time, I can see it so clearly and vividly in my mind's eye. It's like a frame I haven't shot yet, but I know it exists already. That's where the work really begins. Once I have an idea, the first challenge then becomes trying to communicate it. Because having a vision is one thing, but getting other people to see what you see, that is a completely different skill. Early in my career, I would pull reference images from the internet, from places like Pinterest or a simple Google search, to be able to show my collaborators and subjects exactly what I was trying to go for. And it worked every now and then, but it would also cause a lot of problems because people would see the references and they would assume what I'm showing them is the final thing that I'm trying to do, which was not the case at all. Or worse, those same images were on everyone else's mood boards and everyone was doing the same thing. So when you really got down to the concept, things got watered down and there was nothing original about the idea anymore. So I took my art school background and I started sketching. Nothing crazy, just some rough drawings, enough to be able to convey what I was trying to do. But that way I wasn't pulling the same images like everyone else. Let's look at some examples. Brain juice. It's a faucet coming out of a man's head, liquid pouring into a glass. That sketch told the subject exactly what we were making. No confusion. Can I pick your brain? It's a concept playing on the idea of someone asking if they can pick your brain. It's a hand reaching into an open skull with pink popcorn as the brain. This popsicle is too damn cold. A play on the idea of a cartoon character's tongue getting stuck to something cold. And it shows my tongue being stretched impossibly long. And the final image clearly communicates that. Years later, AI tools have completely changed the game because now I can create a near one-of-one visual reference before I even step on set. And no one's confused about what I'm trying to do. This is Chelsea on stilts. Now, I generated an AI reference showing her within the concept before we shot it, and she could see exactly what we were going to create. Once the concept has its foundation, and I'm talking about the sketches, the references, the visual direction, anything you need, the real work begins. And honestly, this is where a lot of people mess up. I run through a checklist every single time. Where are we shooting? Does this need a specific location, or could we do this in a studio? If it does, what does it cost? What kind of props do I need? Can I make them myself? Can I source this for free? What do I actually need to spend? Do I need a crew? If so, who are they? What are their roles going to be? Where can I find them? And ultimately, what is that coordination going to look like? What are the technical challenges? How do I make the concepts as real and believable as possible? Am I doing this all in camera? Am I using Photoshop? Do I need After Effects or maybe some other VFX tool for the final assets? And lastly, when is this all happening? Scheduling and coordinating and doing all the things I can to make sure everyone shows up on the day, on the same page, prepared and ready to execute. This is that military background coming into play because you don't show up to set unprepared. You don't figure out as you go. The execution is just the output of the planning. Now, let me be direct about something. And this is not a shot at anyone. It's just my opinion. Stop leading with Pinterest. Just stop it. I've been in more creative conversations that I can count where the first thing someone does is pull out a Pinterest board. And look, Pinterest isn't bad in and of itself. However, if your whole process starts and ends there, you're doing yourself a disservice. Everyone has access to Pinterest. That means the same images, the same references, the same ideas being recycled endlessly. This is one of the reasons why I became a member of Library 180, which is a physical reference library located in New York. They have everything you need in printed material. Books, magazines, things that you can hold that are not readily available online. The ideas that start to take shape from physical research feel so unique because it's coming from a different place than what everyone else is already consuming. The second thing I think people get wrong, they don't put themselves in the work that they're making. So much visual art looks the same right now. It's to the point where if you remove the name from the work, nobody would know who made it. That's the standard that I hold myself to, and the standard that I challenge every creative to hold themselves to as well. Here's the last thing I want to leave with you, and it took me some years to fully accept this myself. No matter how much you plan, the concept doesn't fully take shape until you're actually making it. You can get to set and things go completely different than what you had planned, okay? A model can show up late. Your lights could stop working. A prop that you were really excited about using doesn't fit your concept the way you thought it did. But that's not to say good things can't happen too, because your model can give you a performance that you completely didn't expect, and it's better than what you had planned. There's just so many uncontrollable variables that might happen. You just got to be prepared for that unknown. And the preparation isn't about controlling every variable. It's about building such a strong foundation that if something unexpected does happen, and it most likely will, that you've built the capacity to adapt without losing control of your concept. Plan everything, but then be ready to let the shoot breathe. That's the process. From the idea in my head, the reference images, the logistics, all the way to the set. Every step is intentional, and every step leaves room for the work to surprise you. And honestly, that's what I love about all of this. Thanks for watching.